Sailor Suit and Machine Gun is an Arrow release I picked up during one of the Barnes & Noble sales, and pretty much the title alone sold me on the film, but the film did sound really interesting as well. Released in 1981 and directed by Shinji Siamai, Sailor Suit and Machine Gun follows a teenage girl after the death of the Madoka Yakuza clan leader becomes their new leader. The boss named his nephew as the new heir to the throne, but his nephew dies in a car crash, leaving behind his daughter, Izumi, who now becomes the leader of the Madoka family. The family is down to only 4 members, with Izumi being the 5th, and the rival gangs don't take them seriously, while Fatso, a leader of a rival Yakuza and drug dealer, is looking for the heroin that Izumi's father had smuggled, this leading pretty much to an all-out war. The film is a genre bender that takes the typical Yakuza story and kind of plays into its tropes and stereotypes to a comedic effect, all while being centered around a teenage girl who is thrust into the criminal underbelly that can levy some true implications and horrors. The film can gracefully bounce between these tones as to be effective in both its silliness of its premise while also confronting you with the dark realities of this lifestyle, while also making a commentary on the facade and honor that these organizations try to represent and the consequences of the do-gooders. This isn't a one-trick pony of a film, but rather a deeply complex take on a rather played out story that offers a lot to the viewer with some truly great moments. This set from Arrow comes with 2 different cuts of the film, the theatrical cut and the director's cut. I decided to watch both of them, and while I enjoyed the theatrical cut, I really loved the director's cut. That cut added about 20 minutes to the runtime, but I also felt like it had better pacing than the theatrical cut. It didn't really seem to add too much in terms of the narrative without going into spoilers, but it did genuinely help the pacing of the film. But it was on this second viewing that really opened me up a lot more to the film, as I could not only see more of what was going on because of a different set of expectations going in, but also I could see a lot more within the scene structures that I missed on a first viewing that really adds to the experience of seeing what the film is doing with its manipulation of expectation. I still think some of the weaker aspects of the film are the acting. A lot of the acting is stiff and line delivery can be a little awkward at times. I also want to mention that there is a really impressive oneer in the film, but this is such an easy film to recommend as it can balance between these tones really well. That adds a lot of fun to the viewing experience with some great filmmaking. I gave the theatrical cut in my first viewing a 7 out of 10, but I'm going to give the director's cut, which I honestly think should just be the cut you should watch, an 8 out of 10. It's held back by some of the acting for sure, but honestly, this could potentially go up on a third viewing, and I'm honestly looking forward to that third rewatch. So this one's getting an 8 out of 10 for now.